Hey everybody. I'm gonna do a dinner party. I'm gonna put the link up. Let's see. Oh, party time. That's right. Don't like that. Come up. Let's see. I gotta put the. Yeah, I'm trying to do some deliveries tonight, but Mm. All right. I'm gonna get in my car. I'm gonna see if there's any deliveries. I'm not sure if anyone's watching football tonight or not. Hi, DK. I'm gonna go and. All right. Okay, it is freezing here. Just to let you know, I think winter. No, winter doesn't start till what, the end of December, but it is 40 degrees right now. The wind chill, it's got to be lower than that. I don't believe it's 48 degrees. Definitely winter time. In my eyes, I always thought no, November here can definitely be considered winter. There was also a couple of pretty cool moons that were out the past couple nights. I don't know if anyone got a chance to take a look at them. Yeah, DK, the winter time. Yeah, it's definitely winter jackets, hats, gloves. I mean, during the day when the sun's out, probably not so much, but yeah, you have to gear up for that already. I've already seen a couple of Black Friday ads. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have started Christmas shopping or at least started looking around, getting their list together. Christmas time. Mm. Don't like that kind of reminds me of Where in the World is Carmen San Diego. I don't know if anyone ever watched that when they were a kid. You have to try to find Carmen San Diego somewhere. Yeah, people have already started putting up their Christmas decorations on their houses around here, the Christmas lights, which is better than, I guess, not putting up anything, being anti-holiday. There's no fun. Really anti-holiday. No fun around here. DK here too, but low is 40 at 6 a.m. Yeah, it's been getting below freezing here at night. I mean, it says it's 48, but it feels like it's not used to it being this cold yet. I already got a massive parka. I'm gonna have to put like 5 layers. 4 pairs of socks. Oh, is it? Oh, the light that's in Puerto Rico right now. Okay, chilling like a villain. But yeah, it's freezing here. Oh, there you go. I've been hearing a lot about this Project 2025 business. Donald Trump is claiming he knows nothing about it, but like his people are supposedly, they're like totally revamping everything in the White House. All I've seen on the news is they're just electing all of these people. Oh yeah. The only job I ever had traveling, it was just in New York State. Oh, the only thing, I mean, that job was all right. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm looking for a job. So if anybody knows anyone that's hiring, let me know. All right. Okay, well, how much and what do I have to do? I don't know anything about pool tables. Don't like that. Okay, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'll do it. Sure. I need an adventure. Yeah, I don't know much about pool tables. I mean, I guess I could. I guess I could do like a YouTube. I guess I could do some research and learn about pool tables. But yeah, I don't really know. Hey, party time. Yeah, I tried to. I went to like a job finding place, and they're like, use your network of people to help you find a job. I'm like, well, I mean, network of people isn't working. I can get a nice job at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. Starbucks actually wasn't a bad company. All right, so I got a delivery order for, let's see, that's not good. No, at DK, well, DK at Starbucks, um, it is a good company. You're not going to be able to make a living unless if you're like a store manager. Um, like if you're a single person trying to make it out there, um, you really can't working at the store. You're not gonna. I mean, good luck. You're gonna have to like be like an extreme budgeter and live like in a tiny little place and not really have much spending money for much of anything. But the good thing, I don't want to make it sound horrible, but the good thing about Starbucks is they offer to help pay for college. Their benefits are top notch for a company. Um, they're more, Starbucks is more, um, they have like more like stable, like, when you go to a company or a business and they might have like, you might have a couple managers, a store manager, um, with these places, they call them shift leaders. Uh, it's definitely more politically correct and structured at Starbucks. The structure, the foundation is better there. If you're looking for that type of job and atmosphere, if you thrive on structure and communication foundation. You say as you get older, DK, but even if you're younger, I don't, when I chose to start working at Wegmans when I was 19 because of their benefits. At the time, Wegmans had awesome benefits, full-time medical coverage, and you only had to work 20 hours a week. I mean, younger people need to start thinking about that and for their future as well. There's no age where you should look into a company, companies that you want to work for and do some research on them, no matter, how old you are. Because, I worked at companies that didn't really have much to offer their employees, and it's kind of sad because these companies, it's not like they were poor, just very small companies. These were multi-million dollar companies. Yeah. It shows how it having companies like that, it shows how they want to help impact society when they offer people that they don't have to, because you don't have to like go by the bare minimum of benefits. You can, and it's legal, right? So these major corporations, they can legally say, I'm not going to give you benefits. I'm just going to give you the standard, legal benefits that I have to give you. Now, some companies are like, look, we want to help out. We want to help out the community. We want to help out the people that work for us. We care, we want to contribute somehow. And by offering those benefits, you know, I always DK, when I always searched for a company to work for, you figure you're spending your time, right? And if your mind's there, right, you're like, I want to do a good job. I want to do what I got to do for this company, for the money, even if the money isn't exactly there. I guess it really just, there's never an age where you should want to start being successful. It's you either got it in you or you don't. You want to be successful at something, you can. Right. I mean, like, even if you're, I don't know, whatever job that you might come by, like I worked with people, with janitors before, and they take their job seriously. They want the floors looking good, they want the bathrooms looking good, they use what they're supposed to do, they care, they're like, I didn't show up here for nothing. I didn't come here just to, you know, do whatever I felt like doing at the time. I mean, yeah, if you go to work and I mean, can you imagine if everybody went to work and they were just kind of like, oh, whatever, like, oh, it is what it, type of attitude or mentality. A company pays you to do a job, and you do it, and you can do bare minimum work, which some people do. They go in, they do just bare minimum. Some people want to do more and just have more ambition. I work with some people, they come into work complaining every day. Like, I understand that, like, not every day you're gonna be like, yes, like I love, whatever, there's gonna be life challenges. It's gonna put a little bit of a damper and everything else, but you get to leave stuff that you can't control, you know, outside. That being at work, you can control, what you do at work. I mean, there's outside interferences all the time. Yeah. Come in. Well, I mean, you're always gonna have those people who want to scam by, right? They're gonna want to scam, cheat, lie, steal, whatever. And you're always gonna have those people who just think that the world owes them, and that's never a good way to think, that everybody just owes you like all of this. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I am not saying that you endured injustices and unfairness and whatever. There's probably tons of people who got, you know shit happen to them that was just wrong. Oh, cell phones, yeah, dude. Unless if you're using your cell phone for work, there's no need for a cell phone. Especially, there's no need to text, just randomly text. I mean, if your job, if like when you get into more of the professional world and everything, and you have to check your emails and everything else. But even with that, like usually you'll have a computer, your own computer at your desk, check your emails and everything else. Yeah, cell phones, I don't know. I mean, it's a I've used cell phones at jobs to take pictures of things, so it's came in handy for my job, to take pictures for my job. But all in all, you gotta kind of just, when you're at work, you kind of just have to be present, be there. Um, don't get, caught up in emotional stuff because that's easy to do too at work and throws you off. Yeah, I mean, I've had jobs where I've left my cell phone in the car just because, like, I'm like, well, if there's an emergency and somebody needs to get a hold of me, they know my work phone number to call me. Yeah, it's definitely good when you're at work to just focus at the task at hand. Yeah, it's good to set work goals, to set career goals. I mean, it's also like a culture too that you could have within a company that helps. Um, it's to gain more success, you know? If you have positive, successful, mindset, that's all you really need. Uh, I'll do whatever. Are you wanting to do? I mean, I have background in sales, customer service, logistics, ordering, um, manufacturing. I wouldn't I wouldn't say that I have like I don't have a solid degree. I have some college. And I did go, well, actually I went to the the transportation department to get a CDL license a couple times to drive like it's the buses here, they have like small buses. Um but when I did it, I just I failed 3 times and I was just like, "You know what? During the winters here and everything else, I wasn't really up for it." Because I know it's different in different areas, but here where I live, we get a lot of snow, which causes a lot of driving issues for most of the winter. You get a lot of days where, if your normal drive time's like 20 minutes, double that. It's like double, like literally double it. Spring, fall, summer here, but like we get snow here starting in November and it goes through March and sometimes even a little bit in April. I mean, I'm used to driving in the snow in my vehicle now, but like I said, it's a hassle. And then I was like, well, then I might have to learn this whole other vehicle to drive people around in. And I mean, I'm honestly not that sure if I still want to stay working with the public, the general public. That's my most of my jobs was working with the general public. And that's always a task at hand. People don't realize that. They're like, "Oh, you didn't go to school, like this and that. Anybody can do your job." You are absolutely right. Anybody could come in and try to do my job. Doesn't mean that they're going to do it well, I mean, yeah, anybody could do a customer service job, but it's difficult and it's stressful. It can be challenging. You have to you have to deal with, a ton of different people. Even with sales too, you're dealing with a lot of different people. Yep. I had a lot of like labor physical jobs too. Yep, I worked with power equipment. Yeah, DK. It's a crazy world out there. Oh, where have you worked, DK? Or where do you work? Hi, Mark. Mark's on, DK's on. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a delivery right now. And we're just talking right now for dinner chat. We're talking about jobs and um, trying to make money and how to really like set yourself up good for the future. I would definitely say if you're young out there, like you just graduated high school, you're either going to college or you're going out there in the working world. I mean, companies to look for are definitely there are top companies out there who provide more for their employees than that, and do your research. Oh, DK, you worked for an accounting company as a computer programmer. Oh, that's cool. So you have a lot of like technical background with computers. I never had a job that was really technical like that. That's definitely that's a good knowing how to work programs and computers is definitely a good avenue to go through. That you're always going to need now that it's such a technical world and with computers and everything. Yeah, I could like I don't know much about computers. I mean, I know the basics. I know how to use Word. I know how to use Excel. Um, I could make like a simple spreadsheet if I had to. Emails, to press a button and check emails. But like, when it comes to like anything technical with a computer, yeah, I'm calling somebody. Oh yeah, I mean the job market is it's crazy. And uh, I had no college degree, just computer classes. That's good, DK. Oh, good for you. I would never say that I got lucky. Um, I would say that I was always the person doing more work and never got anything for it. Yeah, that seems to be the what happens. But that's good. Well, just like Tom he would always come on here talking about I got lucky, he got lucky with what he did. He barely skated by college, didn't put a lot of effort type of deal. That might be the way to go. Not putting in a ton of effort and just hoping for the best. The next job I'm gonna do is that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go there and I'm just gonna be like, whatever, and just like, I don't know. I took, you know what? I did take a couple computer classes in college, and it did help when I took them for Word and Excel because I never knew some of these programs and stuff that you could do with them. Because unless if somebody teaches you or you have to use them, I mean, when in life are you gonna TK rock the interview? I love it. Okay. Well, good. No, that's good, DK. I'm glad to hear it. I'm not a hater. I mean, I've gotten jobs in the past where I didn't really have to interview much at all. You know, like it was just kind of like, okay, you're hired, like type of, which is fine by me because I think like the interviewing process is kind of like a scam anyways, you know, because anybody can go in there and lie and say whatever, you know, it is what it is. If I had an interview, if I was interviewing for a company, I'd be like, do you like to work? Like, do you, what are you here for? Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you were awesome for the job, DK. Yeah, you had a business for a long time, right, Mark? Mark had his own business. DK worked for an accounting company doing computer programming. And now you guys work on YouTube. Or not work on YouTube, but you guys do it for fun. So I'm just waiting on another delivery. We'll see what happens tonight. Tonight's gonna be kind of slow, even though there's football going on. DK, I would hire you. I like you. You're positive. You know, you're a positive thinker. And, you know, that's important in a company. Oh, that's cool, Mark. Yeah, I would hire DK just because she's so positive, you know? Like, well, even if you're not the best worker, like, we'll keep you around. Same video. Yeah, you have to have a good mix of like for a company, you have to have like your hardworking, like driven people who want to excel at everything. You have to have like your personality person there. You have to have, there's a lot of different, even just personalities that can really make a company like thrive. Yeah, like DK doesn't seem like this uh negative, like like really like pissed off person. Tom, I don't know. I think he's off doing his own thing, looking at spiders and cats. I saw a couple of his videos that he's done lately. Oh, Tom and I, we talk once in a while on the phones. Um, and then we don't talk, it is what it is. He's cool though. Yeah, look at you guys chatting about that. DK and Mark talking about, yeah, database programs for business models. Yeah, like I don't even, that's knowledge that you guys have that could be useful. Yeah, computers and I try to keep up with computers. I do. Like, you want to try to keep up with computers and softwares and programs because they're constantly updating, right? They're constantly coming up with the newest, the latest, the greatest. I mean, yeah, I'm just your typical American looking for a job to make a living. And it sucks when when I get put into categories like, well, don't you have a man who pays for the bills, this and that. It's just kind of like, oh, it doesn't, even if, right? So even if that was the case scenario of it, it's like uh, women need to make money too. There's the reason for women being in the workplace is because they probably want money, I'm guessing. Yeah, DK. Yeah, like seriously, like, well, I mean, right. I mean, I'm here to work for free. Yeah, I come to work every day because, I don't care about that. But I have been looking into real estate too and doing that. I mean, there's always money in real estate on housing. You just have to get licensed in your state to do real estate licensing. DK's laughing. Thanks, DK. Love you too. Yep. I'm hoping to get a decent delivery tonight. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, I've known people who've gotten it, and it's like, I like to do it a couple times. That's where the money is. Yeah, you're working for a company, or you can work for yourself and help people find homes, or you can get federal or state loans to help you renovate houses and just sell them for a profit. Renting out houses, you could always be a landlord. I have a couple. The only problem is when you get into like rental properties is you're gonna want to figure out if you want to do like Section 8 housing and get funded by the government. If you just want to have houses and rent them out and just do it independently. And then with that, like if you do Section 8, you're guaranteed your money, but you have to keep up on the codes. You have to follow strictly by the codes of everything. Everything has to be like updated. And then a lot of landlords that I've met, the struggles too is when the tenants move out and they, damage stuff and everything else, which I mean, there's normal wear and tear anyways if you live someplace long enough, right? That has to, you're going to have to go in there and maybe paint, put new floor, new carpet in, check all the appliances, make sure everything's updated. Yeah, being a landlord is like, it has its, moments where, I mean, you have to have a staff of people that know how to do all those things too, unless if you want to do it yourself. But I know people, I mean, they made lots of money doing it. Yep. Apartment manager? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Especially if you're dealing with like big apartment complexes. You have to have your maintenance staff there in case anything breaks for the tenants. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I mean, with at least if you own, like, let's say you own like 5 or 6 properties, like, that's all you really have to manage. When you're managing a big, like, apartment complex where you have, let's say you have 150 units that you have to deal with, a ton of people, that can be crazy. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, thanks, Janelle. Give a like, thumbs up. Yeah, we're just having a dinner. We're just having a dinner chat. We're talking about jobs today and the job market, career. Yeah, 24 hours. So she was on call. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's different than Stephanie. I'm glad I'm retired. Oh, I'm sure. Mark, we have to. Mark, I want you to tell us some stories. What did you see? Or did people like totally destroy like places, like holes in the walls, like just stuff that was just like, what happened here? Like, what did you guys do here? I mean, working in the medical field can be very rewarding. Oh, Stephanie, tell me about it. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you want to work for a company that understands you, understands like where you would fit good in the company, because a lot of times, right, you might get a position at a company and you're just like, it's just wasn't for you. Like, I think that people are different and they're made to do different things. Not everybody was made to be the CEO of whatever. Not everybody was made to um, do certain things and positions. Dude, Mark, I want to hear some of your stories. We're going to have Mark up here. He's going to tell us some of his stories on what he's seen working for apartment complexes. I have gotten no strong job leads, Stephanie. The, well, I got a job lead through the healthcare system here, but that was with me having to push, kind of like push through. It wasn't like, oh yeah, like you got the job type of deal. It wasn't that at all. It was a bunch of nasty shit. But that's just how it works for me. Apparently, like some people get lucky and just kind of get jobs and whatever. And some people it's like freaking, you gotta light something on fire. Well, Stephanie worked at Boeing, with the airplanes, right, Stephanie? Aw, thanks, Stephanie. Oh, that's so nice of you. Aw. Stephanie's like, I'll freaking go down there and get you a job. Freaking. Oh, yeah, I mean, I've worked in freezers before. I mean, a lot of people that I know are retired, and some of them had to have degrees or certifications to have their jobs. Yeah, it wasn't just like they worked at a place and like you didn't need like I know a couple nurses. I know, with that place. You know what? Like honestly, I really don't want to work in the healthcare field. It's definitely not for me. Stephanie loved her job at Boeing. You had nothing bad to say about that place. They must have treated you really well and paid decent, right? Yeah, Stephanie, that's the struggle with a lot of people too. And my mother, when I was younger, when I was 16, she was telling me, she was like, Michelle, as soon as you can, start your 401k. Who knows about Social Security in your generation, if it'll be around. I guess there was a lot of talks before about Social Security, not even like, I don't know, some people thought that it was just gonna like not be there for generations to come. But I mean, a lot of people don't make a lot of money off of Social Security. Like, you could literally work most of your life, and unless if it was like a really high paying job, and even then, I mean, like, the percentage of Social Security that you get isn't a lot if you think about it. How much you make per year and then how much you get back from it. Yeah, I believe it, Stephanie. Well, it's good to work at a company that offers you a pension. We were talking about that before, what companies to look for and what companies, even for young adults, going out into the working world, do your homework on these companies. Like, what are they going to offer you? Like, what benefits are you going to gain from your time working there? And probably doing jobs that, you really don't want to do or is not like a career thing, but yeah, Red Raider. I mean, I worked at a company for 17 years for most of my adulthood, and you just, it's better to, with this day and age too, Stephanie, a lot of people do that, where before you were looked better upon if you stuck with a company for 40, 50 years, right? And now the culture has totally changed with millennials, that's my age group, with the new people coming into the workplace. People aren't staying at companies their whole duration of their job, and that's normal. They want to get out there, you want to get a feel for companies, you want to, see what works for you, what fits you best, what fits the company best, and it can work. Oh, really? Stop. Oh, okay. So that was part of it, that he was on strike. A lot of companies are doing that. They're getting rid of benefits. They're getting rid of, you know, stuff that they used to give their employees. I mean, I've been to college twice. The second time, when I was in school, the second time, I was upset because after the first semester, I did gain like computer knowledge, which is good at any job that you might go to, right? It's always good to know how computer programs work. There's nothing wrong with that. It can help you out. And um, it didn't work out because I found out the degree I was going for, you did not need a college degree to do it. And I'm like, if I'm spending my money, right, I'm going to school, I'm going to be serious about it. I mean, I've met so many people who they have government programs where they will pay you to go to school, and they will give you so much money to, you can buy a car, like thousands. We're talking these, some of these kids, they get thousands of dollars. Not only is their school covered, but they also get just extra money, right? And they still end up like just kind of like crashing the whole program. There's definitely a way that you can work the system with the government to get free stuff. Yeah, Janelle, if you don't get holiday, you must work for a very small company if you don't get holiday pay. Your company has to be like under, I think, like 50 employees because you have to get holiday pay if you work for a company. But I believe it's you have to have a certain amount of employees to get holiday insurance. Actually, I think the law put in place where if you work a certain amount of hours for a company, they have to offer you medical insurance. And I don't think that, and I think that goes with, it doesn't matter the size of the company either. I think the health insurance thing is something different. Oh, all right. So you're part-time. Okay. Well, that's how they get around that though. Yeah, I think it's if you work, I think the law is if you work, I want to say it's either 32 or 34 hours a week, an employer has to give you medical insurance, has to provide you some kind of medical insurance plan. Yeah, see, I don't know about that, Janelle, either. Um, it's got to be a small company because if it's a large company with a certain amount of employees, I think, I mean, I'd have to do my research again, but I used to, you know, this was one thing I always did with jobs and everything else. Like, I always looked up laws, you know? What are the laws? Because, and here's another tip to the kids going out there in the working world too. This will give you an advantage, not a disadvantage. Know your rights, know your laws, know them well, because that might be what gets you places. Yeah, that knowledge is there. It's legit. Because a lot of companies, oh yeah, it's a dog eat dog world, you know? It really is. Yeah, I would look up on the laws, your state laws, federal laws about that. Yeah. I mean, if you have a federal job, if you have a government job, you get like, there's like 13 holidays you get paid for. But I think the standard, right? So the lowest bar standard, I'll Google it later. There's at least 3 or 4 federal paid holidays that they have to give you time off. Yeah, so definitely also like when I talk to some of these young adults and everything, and it's like you don't really know what the laws are, and the laws were meant to be on your side, right? It, that's company, it's like that's what sets America apart from other countries is we have laws here. We have a justice system. We have a solid, make America great again. Well, a lot of what makes America great is its laws, judicial system, um, you know, to keep shit fair and everything else. Yeah, Stephanie, ours is 15. And I have to tell you, raising minimum wage really doesn't help anybody. I don't know what that game is all about. I'll be honest with you, Stephanie. I really don't know who they're trying to appease. Because the only people that make out are the people working a minimum wage job, which isn't the majority of people. I don't know if they're trying to like hurt some businesses or what by doing that. But raising minimum wage usually never helps out the general public. because a lot of companies, they don't give that cost of living wage. It's not like, oh yeah, minimum wage went up $1, like everyone in the company got $1 raise, just cost of living raise. Because you don't have to give that in a company. You don't have to give a cost of living wage. I mean, you could be a decent company and do it because, you care about your hardworking employees, but you don't have to. There's not a law. Really? All right. I just got interrupted really quick, but one long weekend every month. That's awesome, Mark. Yeah, I mean, I want to say it's like, okay, I might be wrong about this. I want to say Christmas, New Year's, Christmas, New Year's, 4th of July, Easter, Memorial Day, and Labor Day. I think those are the standards. I want to say. And I want to go to a place where there's freaking long weekends all the time. I so would have liked Mark as a boss. Are you kidding me? Freaking, yeah. Mark seems like even tempered, like not like a hot headed, like angry tyrant. Like, dude, I would definitely work harder for that. Yeah, going out into the job market, it's just like, it's crazy. But I definitely don't think that like raising minimum wage all the time is the answer. I think that's the opposite of an answer for anything. Hi, Uncle Love. But yes, so the young people out there in the workplace, that might be your make it or break it is know the laws, know what they are, and just um go for it. Especially like discrimination laws too. They're there for a reason. The people, well, the lawmakers didn't just, do it for fun. They didn't make laws and everything else just because one day they just felt bored and thought about messing with everybody. It's for good purposes. Oh yeah, whoever wouldn't want to work for Mark? I mean, come on, freaking. He's not loud. He's not obnoxious. He's not like mean spirited, vindictive. Are you kidding me? Yeah, the thing, if you worked, yeah, here you make it's about 600, right? I know. So you bring home with taxes and everything taken out and medical and all of that, like you're lucky to bring home like 500, 600 a week, right? But the thing is rent here. So let's say like your credit's not that great, you don't have a house, right? You're renting, you can rent a studio apartment here for the cheapest you're gonna pay is like $1,000 a month for a studio apartment. $1,000 a month. So you're like $500, $600 a week you're bringing home. You figure, okay, two paychecks, rent's paid for, and then you have what, 1,000 for food, gas, electric, if you have a vehicle, gas, a phone. I mean, you really can't make it off of minimum wage. And then just talk about, well, oh, I need, hygiene stuff. I need to buy clothes. We're talking about basic needs stuff here. Not even talking about, oh, I want to like go out with my friends on the weekend or I want to do anything else. Like, yeah, minimum job isn't livable wage. It's good if you're, like living at home, it's your first job and whatever, but they will never make minimum wage livable. And all they're doing is hurting the people who are making above minimum wage, like your middle class people. They're bringing it closer to them, you know, because every time minimum wage goes up, it seems like everything else goes up, like gas, food, rent. Dude, yeah, like Mark, like I think you're just decent, like decent, tolerable, you know. I've always been the type of person where less is more with me. Like you let me do my thing and you'll be surprised every time. But it's like those tyrant managers. I don't know if anyone's had tyrant managers, always looking over their shoulder, always freaking da 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 da, like crazy, even if it doesn't make sense. But I know that there's definitely types of people who need more structure and talk to, you know. Your father taught me never to send a worker to do a job you wouldn't do yourself. That's also very, that that probably, helped you out too with workers, people wanting to do more and just wanting to do it without even you saying anything. There's a way to work people that, you know, it's not a big thing. But yeah, I mean, you got to have workers who actually like want to work too, not just. Yeah, oh, I can't stand a micromanager. I always do better, tell me what I got to do, brief me really quick, and let me do my, let me work my magic here. I don't like, yeah. freaking pulling you aside every second. Like, no, I want you to do something this way when even though what you're doing is correct, is fine and gets the job done and everything. Just because I like to see this go on, even if it doesn't make sense. It's like, what? Yeah, I've dealt with managers like that before. I know. Well, that's the thing too, Stephanie, is like you're gonna burn yourself out working so many jobs. You got to have a good work-life balance too. Neither can I in love. If I micromanage, I start screwing up even more. Like it just turns into like if you thought I did something wrong before, start micromanaging me and watch like all the shit that can go on. Yeah. I think when you give employees, their space and um I mean direct them, but you know, tell them what they need to know, keep it short, keep it simple. Oh yeah, I mean I've been micromanaged before. Yeah, it's annoying. I could tell Stephanie was probably like a really good worker too. She probably had, really good work ethics and everything else. Well, that's good. Your wife has a remote job, right? Oh, Verizon. Dude, tell your wife to give me a remote job at Verizon. That's a pretty big company. They probably have good benefits there too. Verizon Wireless. Oh, that's cool, Flav. Yeah, I would definitely make sure if you're a young person to look for a company that you can legit grow with, um, that puts effort, has programs like good health benefits, good benefits in general, because you are putting your time, your years into these companies, and it's like if you think that by doing that, you're gonna, like, dude, the company's out for themselves, right? The CEO and everything else, they want to make the millions of dollars. They want to, serve business, whatever. And you got to look out for yourself, you know? What does this company offer me, right? What is this company going to offer me? What's going on here? Like, you want me to do all this stuff, which is fine. You're going to pay me for it. But what sets you apart from the next company that can offer me the same amount of money, right? And they're out there. And those are people who usually retain more employees and keeps them there longer. And there's definitely an advantage to having employees working at a company for years and years and years and years. They know their stuff, they know how stuff works, they experience. Um, yeah. You don't have to train them. Well, thanks, Iflov. I'll look into Verizon. Yeah, there's a Verizon here. They have a couple like little stores, cell phone carriers, but they probably also offer like other services as well. How long has your wife been working there for, Iflov? Now, your wife has been on Tom's channel, correct? All right, 10 years, and she likes it. I mean, she must. She's been there 10 years. They must treat her good, give her good benefits. Yeah. Yeah, another thing is if a company offers a 401k, like see what they match, like what the company match, what the percentage is with that. Um, yeah, you definitely want to take your time when looking for a company to work for, even if it's not like your quote unquote career, goal in life. Go out there and just, yeah. Usually, when you're working for a major company, you usually get more benefits because most of them by law have to give you more benefits if there's more employees working for you. And if it's a successful business, they have more money to invest in their employees and society as well. Or if you're working at like a startup company or, a small business, it's not really there for you. Oh, that's good. And Love, so they have a good structure on how they pay their employees and what they do, and well, that's good. Oh, that's cool. How much time does she get off per year? I know a lot of companies usually start with like 2 weeks vacation time. Usually it's 2 weeks, and then after like 5 or 10 years, after a couple of years, you get more. At least 2 weeks. Oh, that's good. Well, tell her to here. My email address is in my profile. So tell her to send me an email. Send me a shout. Yeah, I could do that job. And it's all from home, too? Does she do like a lot of like video conferences too? That would be fun. Here's your Verizon rep. Yes, so how can I help you today? Oh, something's wrong with your phone. Oh, let me transfer you over to our troubleshooting department right now. That's cool though. That's a good benefit to have too, working from home. Now, I'm not sure if that would be the best for me, but I could definitely work at home. Does she have to like go into the office every so often? Oh, cool. And now you have dogs, right? Or cats? Oh, all right. So she stays home. Cool. I think they're trying to bring more people back into the office around here now. They want people in the office doing their thing. So yeah, I mean, if you guys went to go travel, you could bring the. She could just work while you guys travel too, if she needed to. So it's not like she even has to be at a place or take time off of work. Really. I mean, she could probably take a time off here and there, like a day off here and there, but she wouldn't have to use up her whole time. If you guys went on a vacation or took the camper and went camping. Stephanie, I'm not sure if you're still on here, but I don't know if you've been up to date with the Trump like hiring of a whole bunch of his staff, hiring a whole bunch of new staff members for his administration. Yeah, you need YouTube for this delivery job because you just don't get enough orders and you're just sitting in your car forever. Oh, that's what it seems like at least. I need something a little bit more engaging and just, yeah, doing deliveries, like you can make some money, but it's really, there's a lot of downtime in it. And plus, I get to talk to you people too. Yeah, I definitely need a job that's like fast paced, like challenging. Um, yeah, you just gotta find a right fit and a company that'll treat you good, and everything can work out accordingly. Or if you, I don't know, like if I'm sure if I lived like in a major city, you could probably get more deliveries, more offers at least. But yeah, doing deliveries is pretty easy. Like go to the store, you tell them the name, pick it up. They have a GPS thing, you drop it off at their house. But the thing is you wait forever for deliveries sometimes. Like tonight's definitely been slow. But yeah, I've seen people advance themselves in careers because they knew the laws, they used them correctly, and people that normally weren't supposed to get certain positions and everything got them. Because at the end of the day, companies do not want to have to deal with lawsuits and all sorts of that stuff. Even if it's a successful, well known company, they try to do everything possible to avoid it. yes, there are jobs that you can get out there that you don't have to do sexual things or whatever the case may be with that. I will talk to you later, guys. Bye.